Hey, we got a new project to show you. This time on the Big Sky Stearman Show. Hey, hi guys. I'm John Pike, Big Sky Stearman. What do you do when you've been working on Stearmans all your life and you've collected all kinds of junk and set aside stuff that you've been sitting on for years? Well, all of a sudden your sick mind starts thinking of something creative to do with all that. Well, I've come up with just the right idea. I'm building a bush biplane, and it's called the Rat Rod Bush Biplane. So let me show you what's happening. I'm formally introducing this to you, and we're going to let you follow the construction. A friend of mine put a Russian M14P engine on his Stearman, and it was quite a combination. I got to fly it. It's 360 horsepower, geared, supercharged, the cutest little engine you could imagine. And so, lo and behold, I got one. I got a Russian M14P engine. And then we put it on a special custom-built motor mount on this old Stearman fuselage. It's been repaired out of about 3 different crash Stearmans. And then we found these old ag wings, very interesting wings. They're Stearman wings, spars and metalwork and so on, but they have a greatly enlarged high lift wing rib on it. You can see it here. It sits way above the spar, and there's little mounts to hold the rib in place. But it's a high lift rib with an under foil, and they're got about an 8-inch more cord than a standard Stearman wing. Well, I bought 4 of them, and I've converted the 2 uppers to a lower wing. So here we have this great big old high lift wing on both sides. Lo and behold, Piper Cub ailerons work just swell. So on the lower wings, we're going to have servo tabs. And then we're also going to put a wing flap in this area here, driven by a hydraulic pump, such as a Piper Apache hydraulic pump. And then on the upper wings, which look very similar, we'll put vortex generators on them. And then you'll notice that we have a baggage pod. Well, it looks strangely like a torpedo. Well, I used to do aerial banner towing, and I would slip my banner in there to take it to my job. So that's going to be the baggage compartment.
Nice.
And so the fuselage.
Who's flying it right now, Dad?
Oh, yeah. We when we
right
dug
now.
this out of the barn, we found somebody in it, and we don't know who it is. Now notice the big tires. I failed to mention those, but those tires are off of old flying boat beaching gear. They were used to bring the flying boats up on the ramp, and I found 4 of them. A crop duster had been using them in soft ground, and I figured, well, sure, let's put those on too. I flew them on my blanket for years. Yeah, and then we come around here. I found an empennage that came off a crop duster that had been modified. They cut the horizontal stabilizer short, and they put this counterweight out on it, so it'll be light elevator controls. They enlarged the rudder. You can see the original style here, but they enlarged it.
So what was this originally on?
Well, this was on a 450 powered Stearman. Now, understand, this was all junk when I found it. It was all wrecked and everything, and we repaired it and made it work. Now, notice for the tail wheel that we have a Piper Cub main wheel tire. So we're going to be able to land on gravel bars and sagebrush and really get off grid. Off grid, that's what you want to do. So with 360 horsepower, it's going to be a little bit heavier than a stock Stearman, but it should have fairly good performance, huh guys? I mean, it's got 4 high lift wings on it, wing flaps, and vortex generators on the upper wings. Otherwise, it's a pretty stock Stearman. Again, understand all this is junk that it was scrapped and then we rebuilt it. So I can truly claim it's a 50% experimental build. That's important. I'm using a stock Stearman landing gear and these big tires. They're 12 ply. It's not really a Tundra tire. We put about 25 pounds of pressure in it, but it's 12 ply. So even though they look a little ragged, they won't, they'd probably run on their cord. We have, the airplane is a minimalistic airplane. There's not going to be any fancy cowlings, any fancy fairings. It's going to be as light as we can make it and really strange looking. Now, now the whole deal is to bring them out at the gas pumps. That's what it's all about. So we'll see. But it'll be a fun air camper. Right here in Oregon, in eastern central Oregon, we have wonderful desert country to go bounce around in. So we're looking forward to it. And we'll keep you updated on this project. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of a wild hair, but you stay tuned on the Big Sky Stearman Show. See you next time.
Don't forget, like and subscribe.